If you think eating healthy means you can't have pizza every night, then you're wrong. Let me show you how I make this delicious healthy barbecue chicken pizza. Starting off by searing my chicken breast on a medium-high heat with some salt and pepper, a little bit of olive oil for around 4 to 5 minutes per side. I want to get a nice brown crust because that brown is going to give us that delicious flavor I'm looking for. I steamed it for a little bit, and the most important part is letting it rest so that the juices are reabsorbed, just like that. Spread your favorite barbecue sauce on a low-calorie lavash bread. The whole lavash bread is only 120 calories. Topped it off with mozzarella cheese and red onions, and when it came out the oven, some fresh cilantro. So why haven't you followed me yet?
Are you doing keto and you miss sushi? Don't worry, I got you. Add some cream cheese to some cauliflower rice to make sticky rice. Add your rice to your little sushi maker. Add some spicy mayo to your crab. Add your cucumber. Add your crab. Place your roll on top of your nori. Bam! It's bussin'.
Showing you how I made these bomb tortitas de papa con queso. I started off by boiling some potatoes with salt. Once they were done, I peeled them and smashed them up. Then I added 3 eggs and a good amount of salt. Y ya me conocen, un chingo de pepper. Then half a cup of queso Oaxaca and half a cup of queso cotija. Then we're gonna mix everything in. Échale ganas. I also blended some salted crackers in the blender. I added about a cup of crackers into my potato. Once everything was nice and mixed, I'm going to start making my tortitas de papa. I also like to rub some olive oil onto my hands so that my tortitas de papa don't stick to my fingers. Once I'm done making all of the tortitas I'm about to grub, I make sure that my vegetable oil is nice and hot. Once it's hot, I start frying all of my tortitas. I fry them about 2 minutes per side or until I see that they're nice and golden brown. Once they're done,
So this is like baked feta pasta dessert version because it's cream cheese instead of feta and it's fruit instead of pasta, and it gets topped with white chocolate chips and they melt in the oven, and you mix it together till it is this fruity, creamy topping, and you put it on a scone or you put it on a pancake or you eat it straight out of the pan, and it is amazing.
Here's a healthy and easy snack or appetizer you can make under 5 minutes. We're making Asian cucumber salad. I have 1 large cucumber. We're gonna cut it down lengthwise, scoop out the seeds, and then we're gonna cut it in bite-sized pieces. Take your spoon, run it down the center to scoop out the seeds. It should look like this. Now you're gonna cut your cucumber into bite-sized pieces. Slice them as thin or as thick as you want. I prefer a thicker cut. Add your cucumbers to the bowl. 3 tablespoons of rice vinegar, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of honey, green onion, red pepper flakes for heat, some sesame oil, and we'll finish it with some sesame seeds. Give it a mix. Asian cucumber salad. Enjoy.
The requests I've gotten for my Greek recipes has been out of control, but I have so much to give. Cook white onion and scallions in some olive oil, stir in your garlic and rice for a few minutes. Season with your soul. Mix in vegetable broth, half a cup at a time until all is absorbed and rice is al dente. Next, stir in some fresh dill and then your spinach. Cover for a few minutes until they start to wilt, then fold them into the rice. Add crumbled feta, cover to melt. Now spana chorizo is your new favorite side. Love your life.
If you're avoiding bread, but you love BLTs, try this BLTA salad. Starts with lettuce, tomatoes, obviously bacon. This is thick cut, cooked, and crumbled. Half of an avocado, and a tomato jam Dijonaise. It's just mayonnaise, Dijon mustard, lemon juice, salt, pepper, onion powder, and tomato jam. Just eye everything. Mix it up, put it on top, and you are going to absolutely love this salad.
It's back and better than ever. Our homemade tomato soup recipe was our first viral video about a few months ago, and rightfully so. It's a delicious, beautiful, and easy recipe. And I mean easy because if you're the type of person that can only make toast and cereal, I have full confidence that you can make this just as well. The first step is to roast your veggies, and that's a few tomatoes, 1 red bell pepper, half an onion, and half a garlic clove. Add some herbs and spices and olive oil mixed together and just pop it in the oven. Once everything's roasted, add it to a blender and make sure everything's smooth. After everything's blended well, you're gonna add it to a large pot with heavy cream, veggie stock, tomato paste, balsamic glaze, some sugar, basil, and some cayenne if you like it spicy. Be sure to drizzle extra virgin olive oil, some more heavy cream, shredded Parmesan, and fresh basil on top. This pairs so well with the truffle grilled cheese.
Let's make homemade goldfish. Out of here, goldfish. There's a new sheriff in town. To a blender or food processor, add 3 cups of sharp cheddar cheese, 1 cup all-purpose flour, a sprinkle of paprika, a little onion powder, garlic powder, and salt. Pulse till it combines a little bit. Add in 6 tablespoons of cold butter. Pulse until it makes pea-sized clumps. Now drizzle in about a tablespoon of cold water until it forms a ball. Flour your work surface and drop down that dough. Shape it into a nice ball. Divide it in half, then roll it out as thin as you can get it. Now shape out your goldfish, and we're ready to bake. Once we've laid them on our parchment sheet, we'll hit them with some flaky salt and bake 15 minutes at 350 Fahrenheit. These look incredible. I organized them in a perfect color gradient. This has to be one of the most fun things I've made yet. I'm not kidding, these are really addicting. And the homemade ones are crunchier too. They actually taste like real cheese.
Let's make crispy baked onion bhajis. They're packed with flavor and so simple to make. Thinly slice 4 to 5 onions, then saute in olive oil for about 10 minutes. Add in your chickpea flour and a mix of spices that can be found on the screen. Then add water as needed until a batter is formed and all the onions are coated. Mix in 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, then spoon the mixture onto a baking tray. Bake at 400 degrees for 45 minutes until golden and crispy, and for the full written recipe, head to my Instagram.
Today I'm going to be showing you guys another one of my favorite recipes from my new ebook. This one's called Egg Roll in a Bowl, and it's a one-pot meal that comes together really quickly. I'm using breakfast sausage. You could also use turkey sausage. Once it's browned, I add in some garlic and ginger and let that get nice and fragrant. Then add an entire bag of coleslaw. Try and find the one with the purple cabbage in it. It looks so much prettier. Then I'm going to add some coconut aminos, rice vinegar, and green onions. Mix that all together and then make some room in the middle. And if it's really watery from the cabbage, I just like to dry it out a little bit. Then I'm going to cook the eggs in the middle there with some sesame oil and mix it all together. I like to top mine with some everything but the bagel seasoning and sriracha. It is so good. Let me know what you think if you guys try it.
This will be one of your favorite ways to make Brussels sprouts. Start by removing the ends and then shred using a food processor. Or if you don't have a processor, you can use a knife to thin slice. Once they're laid out on a parchment lined sheet, we're going to chop some garlic and add that to the pile. Then we're going to add kosher salt, some black pepper, a little bit of smoked paprika, and then a heavy douse of olive oil. Mix all that together and throw in a 400-degree oven for about 15 to 30 minutes. To finish, you can add as much bacon and Parmesan as you want. And if you try this, I guarantee.
If you like cheese sticks but want to keep it low carb, then you definitely want to watch this. To make this gigantic cheese stick, grab a cut to carb flatbread and add on half a cup of mozzarella. Just spread it out in the center. You're going to fold in the edges and roll like this. Air fry at 300 for 3 minutes per side. Once it's all golden and crispy, sprinkle on some garlic, some grated Parmesan, and some parsley. I'm going to add a macro comparison of this versus one cheese stick down in the comments.
Today we're making these delicious buttery melt in your mouth flour tortillas. Start by mixing 1 tablespoon of baking powder and 2 teaspoons of salt with 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Melt half a cup of unsalted butter with 1 cup of water. Mix until the butter is completely melted and add it to the flour while it's still warm. Mix until your flour comes together and knead it into a nice smooth ball of dough. Cover it with plastic for 10 to 15 minutes. Separate them into equal-sized pieces and roll them into nice smooth balls of dough. Transfer them back into the bowl and cover them with the plastic for 10 more minutes. On a lightly floured working surface, roll out your first piece until you have a 10 to 12 inch round. Preheat your pan, skillet, or comal over medium heat and place your tortilla. Once you see these bubbles begin to form, flip it over. Cook for an additional 30 seconds, then flip again. These tortillas are super buttery and delicious. They taste great just by themselves. And enjoy.
I just tried that all recipes fried rice hack where you turn your leftover fried rice into a waffle, and I definitely recommend that you do the same thing. All you really need is some leftover fried rice, which I know is an oxymoron, and then an egg or 2 to bind everything together. I threw in some sriracha just because I love everything extra spicy, and then you just stir everything to combine, and then you spread the mixture in the grease waffle maker. Close the lid and let it cook for a few minutes on high heat, and then wow. Next time I'm gonna throw a fried egg on top for the best brunch ever.
Apple pie cinnamon roll stuffed apples. Take the core out of an apple and slice off the top. Use a spoon to scoop out the inside, creating a hollowed apple. Place the apples in a bowl with water and a little bit of lemon juice to prevent them from turning brown. Take the inside of the apple and combine it with some more lemon juice and some cinnamon. Mix it well to create the apple pie filling. Unroll some cinnamon roll dough and then using the apple pie filling, place it along the insides. Then re-roll it back up. Stuff the cinnamon roll inside a hollowed out apple. Then bake at 375 degrees for 25 minutes. While it's still hot, cover with the frosting.
Let's make shrimp scampi. It's Italian, Americana. 2 pounds extra large shrimp. Peeled and deveined, leave the tails, it'll give the sauce good flavor. Add them to a bowl. 6 cloves, minced garlic. In 1/2 cup olive oil. Zest, 1 lemon, stir. Marinate 2 to 4 hours. Roll the lemon, it loosens the juice. 3 tablespoons lemon juice. Add the shrimp with all the garlic, oil, and zest. Heat medium-low heat. Kosher salt, pepper. Pepperoncino makes it spicy. Poach the shrimp until part cooked, about 5 minutes. Remove to a bowl. 1/3 cup good white wine. 3 tablespoons lemon juice. Reduce by half, 1 to 2 minutes. Reduce the heat to low. Return the shrimp. 4 tablespoons unsalted butter. Has to be cold. Gently stir until the butter is melted. Don't break the sauce. Parsley, chives, because you're extra fancy.
Let's make the best ever late night snack.
In a hot pan, add olive oil, cheese. Once it starts to melt, add your eggs, let those set, season.
Check this out. Fresh salsa, pick it up, turn it into egg taco.
You should make one of my favorite recipes from my brand new ebook, Garlic Parmesan Smashed Brussels Sprouts. I've got about a pound of fresh Brussels sprouts here that I'm going to trim the stem off and throw into a large microwave-safe bowl with a little bit of water. You could boil these, I just find the microwave so easy. I'm microwaving them for about 7 minutes, then I'm going to throw them on a lined baking sheet and smash them down with a cup. If they don't smash down really easily, keep microwaving them. And then I'm going to mix together some oil, garlic, and seasonings. You could use whatever you like for seasonings, but they do need a lot of salt. And then I lather that all over the Brussels sprouts, top it with a little mozzarella cheese and freshly grated Parmesan, throw them in the oven. They are so good. Let me know what you think if you guys try them.
I'm going to show you how to make vegan sweet potato sliders. Start by cutting these into slices. You want them to be about 1/2 centimeter thick. Next, coat them in some oil and a seasoning mix. Bake these for about 30 to 40 minutes, flipping them halfway through. While those are cooking, you can make some vegan veggie patties. Blend this up and fry them to make little patties. And now just throw everything together. So good.
Tonight we're making Bang Bang Shrimp. Eating great while losing weight. Reach out to me for coaching. Melt your Kerrygold butter in a large saute pan. Add your minced garlic. Then you're gonna add 22 ounces of raw, peeled and deveined shrimp right to the pan, and I like to buy mine fresh. Cook your shrimp for about 3 to 5 minutes on each side until they don't look opaque anymore. You want them to appear pink, but do not overcook them. Add your cabbage to a large bowl with the shrimp. Then you're gonna measure out 1 teaspoon of the Frank's Red Hot sauce, and then 2 tablespoons of light Thousand Island. Mix your dressing and buffalo sauce right into the bowl. Toss your mixture until dressing coats everything. Then slice up 1.5 ounces of avocado for each dish. Top with your avocado and everything but the bagel seasoning. This is seriously one of my faves.